Alright guys, let's take a look at TIA or Celestia on the channel for the first time since this candle right here on July the 7th. That's a little bit more than 3 months ago. However, Celestia is sitting about 9% up in the last 24 hours, but we are getting a little bit of a dump from Bitcoin at the moment. So you can see that Bitcoin is sitting at 112,500 at the moment. And also, if we look at Ethereum, it also is getting a dump today, this morning, and just sitting slightly above $4,000 and resting right on this daily support. So we are back in this box. If we look at it on the weekly time frame, guys, where we got rejected 5 out of 6 times before this run here. And we really desperately need to stay out of that box. It needs to support us. So let's see if it can support us, because in the last several weeks it has been support. And we also got support back here in mid-August. So let's take a look at Celestia now, guys. Now looking at TIA here, guys, you can see it lost the $1.33 weekly support here, unfortunately. Guys, it went all the way down to, what is it, low at 23.3 cents it says. Whew, I wish I picked up some TIA there, guys. Now, it has gotten a pretty good bounce since then. The last several days have been green. Although this candle right here signaled some downward pressure still, it does look like TIA wants to continue up. Now, like I said, Bitcoin and Ethereum are dumping right now, so we do have a slight red candle today, but like I said, we're up about 9 or 10% at the moment. So we need to work through this $1.33, and after that, guys, $2.22 is the next resistance on a weekly time frame. Now, I also want to point out there is a little bit of resistance here, and it goes back to about January, guys. It's kind of hard to line this up with the touch points here, but end of January, it seems like this resistance really began here. We have hit this 1, 2, basically 3, 4, 5 times since January. So we do need to break above, like I said, $1.33. But then you do have this resistance here with this trend line to break before getting to $2.24. Now jumping over to the volume profile, the point of control is about $1.54, as you see right there. It's interesting to see that we do have this volume candlestick down here, and it's larger than some of these up here, guys. It looks like a lot of people bought that dip, and congratulations if you were one of them. So once we get above about $2, though, we will get above this large candlestick right here. And then we'll probably stair-step our way up until about, what, $4.60. And then we kind of have a little bit of a speed bump here to get through. And after that, it gets a little bit more easy to go up. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, they are getting very narrow here, guys. Look at the whole history on the weekly time frame here. We do kind of have some narrowness here. It may have led to this little run a little bit. But look how narrow it is right here, guys. So let's zoom in here. Let's see if it's pinching together. I don't think it's really pinching. They're kind of running parallel, actually, but they are very narrow here. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do see them kind of come in on one another and pinch here, and we do get a little bit of a pop for Celestia. Now, on the daily time frame, it actually had kind of a pinch right here on the 9th of October. You can see that these two lines did come into one another, but for the most part, it maintains a consistency like an intestine, I would say. That's the way I usually describe it. But yeah, that, did kind of pinch in here on October 9th. But yeah, we got this drop, unfortunately. So yeah, on the daily time frame, I would say not really too much to see. But that weekly time frame, guys, yeah, it is quite narrow. Now, jumping over to the RSI and stochastic RSI here, the Stoch is actually very low. It's oversold. Just about to turn around here on a weekly time frame. So this is good. RSI is quite low at the moment as well. Looks like it's sloping up here, so that's also very good. Daily time frame just got out of this oversold territory, has crossed this red line here and moving up. Now the RSI is kind of sloping down here, but very low, so it can definitely turn back around here. So the 4-hour time frame, it is actually overbought here on the stochastic, unfortunately. The blue line has just crossed this red line, basically. RSI is kind of sloping down, but right in the middle. So, of course, it can turn back to the upside. So, mixed signal, in my opinion, here, though. Now, 1-hour time frame, getting oversold, actually is oversold. Just about to turn to the upside probably here and cross this red line. RSI kind of flat, but in the middle basically. And again, it can move up. So this doesn't look too bad. Now the 15-minute time frame also oversold here, just crossed this red line, and RSI is really low but kind of flat. So most of these time frames actually look pretty good, guys. If I have to guess here, let's just put this on a 4-hour time frame. You know, we can see that most of these candles since the bottom have been green. I do feel that Celestia will probably work its way up to about $1.33 here. May not be today, maybe by tomorrow or the next day. I definitely think this week it's going to work its way up here. But the indicators all look pretty good when it looks, you know, when we're looking at the RSI and the stochastic. So, you know, it's just kind of stair-stepping its way up. It's making really healthy moves up. It's not making really large gains here and then pulling back 40, 50, 60%. So this is what I, you know, like to see. I like to see some stair-stepping up. So I do think we'll get there eventually, and it will probably be in the next day or two, in my opinion. Now, one more indicator to consider, guys, is the MACD. So looking at this on a weekly time frame, we are in a green period, but again, we do have some light green candles here, and it is going down. Now, will we avoid, you know, these red candles, for example? It's possible. We have to see if this blue line is going to cross this red line or if it's going to avoid it and start working its way back up. If I had to guess, guys, I would say it's going to avoid this and probably move back up. And we're probably going to see some darker green candles very shortly, at least on a weekly time frame. Now, daily time frame, you can see here, we do have some light red candles forming now. It looks like the blue line is just about to turn back to the upside and probably cross this red line shortly. So yeah, that signals the momentum is about to head back up, at least on the daily time frame. Now, Celestia is the number 116 coin, guys, sitting about $1.15, 9% up in the last 24 hours. Guys, you can see my holdings here. It's a disaster. I bought around $3. Unfortunately, I have lost this much on Celestia, so about 61% down at the moment. So this is one basically I can consider maybe DCAing into just to bring this average down maybe here in the near future. And if we look at the total supply, we have about 1.15 billion coins. Max supply is infinite, but only about 815 million are circulating, so that's good, guys. Now, if we go down, all-time high, about $21. Now, will it get back to its all-time high? Basically, I would say it has a very good possibility because this is still a new project. It hasn't seen a full cycle yet, so very possible. You know, all-time low, if you picked it up like 3 days ago here, it says only 51 cents, but I'm guessing that's closing candle basis and not, you know, the bottom of the wick. But if you picked it up like 3 days ago during that dump, guys, you did an excellent, you know, job. So anyways, yeah, I do think it can get back to its all-time high despite being about 95% down. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with 10 exchanges here. Also, you can find Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial. Guys, if you need a cold wallet, check this link right here. Go to CypherRock. You get 17% off your order today if you use it, and you can follow me on X here. Now, a little bit earlier in the video, you did see that Bitcoin was dumping, so it looks like the 112,425 is supporting us for the moment, so maybe the bleeding is over. We just have to kind of wait and see. I think this will just be a big, giant retest of a couple of these, you know, supports here, but have to wait and see, guys. We have had a couple of recovery days. Yesterday, kind of a doji day, though, but it did, you know, it was green, so that's a good thing. Now, if we look at Ethereum, like I said, we were sitting right on this 4,068. We need to get back out of this box here. And yeah, I do believe that will happen. There's still a long day ahead of us, guys. It is morning here in the Czech Republic, so keep that in mind. Now, here's one thing we need to be aware of, guys. We do have this gap not far below us. So is it trying to make its way down to the CME gap, which is about a $1,600 wide gap, guys? So it's very, very possible. We're sitting at 112,785. And yeah, I mean, it could be possible we do fill this gap today or tomorrow, and then we make our next move up. Now, unfortunately, the Bitcoin dominance is getting a little bit of a bounce today. As you see, we're sitting at 59.27%. If we put this on the daily time frame, you can see this is a green candle today, but we just had 3 red candles in a row. So, of course, it's going to bounce at some point. Now, if we look at USDT dominance here on the daily time frame, unfortunately, this is also getting a bounce. So we did have a couple of red days, and now people are selling their crypto again and putting it in USDT. Liquidation heat map sitting just below 500 million in the last 24 hours, wreck. So more longs than shorts, unfortunately, at the moment. And so that is a little bit elevated in my opinion still. Now, if we go to fear and greed, it's at 38 still. A little bit surprised on that because yesterday we did have kind of a good day. So yeah, I would expect it to be more neutral. But anyways, we're at a 38. So altcoin season index at a 45. This has actually cooled a little bit. I think right before this video it was a 47, so now we've gone to a 45. This is the lowest point we've seen since back here in August, mid-August, guys. Now, the bull market peak indicators, the sell at the top indicators, guys, still 0 from 30 have been hit. It's still 100% hold. Pi cycle top indicator sits at about 57.22% progress. So this is what 57.22% progress looks like. So it needs to cross, guys, and then it's over. Now, the economic calendar for today, only a few speakers are speaking today, so be aware of that. Fed Chair Powell is speaking today. It is not pre-recorded from what I've heard either. Now, the Moodyx dashboard here is showing we have sentiment as risk on. The trend is growing. Yesterday was an excellent day, guys. 1.41 points up. Now, the week is the same, but the month has actually turned positive once again as well, so keep that in mind. Now, if we look at this on the FedWatch tools, we do have a 99% chance that we're going to get a quarter-point cut. If you look at Trueflation, we're sitting at about 2.22% inflation, so we actually have gone down just slightly, so that's a good thing. That's where the Fed really wants it. Crypto bubbles on the daily time frame looks pretty good, but the last hour not so good, so let's just keep this on the day, guys. Only the day in the year. Oh, this just turned red now, unfortunately. So I think this will kind of flicker maybe here and there, back and forth. But anyways, doesn't really matter, guys. Now, if you want to stake your coins, I did a basic attention token video last night. Check that out, guys. But you can check Coinondo, and it does have all the deals. So for example, you want to type in TIA here and look for Celestia. You do have it there. 8 results here. Keep in mind, it doesn't have every exchange. For example, it doesn't have BitGet, which again, I don't recommend BitGet because they accuse me of wash trading. So anyways, guys, you can look down the list. I also don't recommend xt.com because they stole my Casper, so keep that in mind. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Guys, use those links down below. Really helps me out. And, unless you're trading hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, I'm not getting anything more than pennies. And anyways, those pennies help, guys. It keeps me motivated. It helps keep this channel going. And, guys, I really appreciate those who have been using those links lately. And I really appreciate it. Think of it this way, guys. Would you rather give your favorite YouTuber or YouTubers, some commission, or would you rather give the exchanges all the commission? So anyways, if you can't support in another way, that's another way you can support the channel by using those links, guys. And guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to try to make another video for you guys tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next one.